Hello, friends. It is Tuesday, and it's like 5:15 because there's always technical difficulties. Like every time I try to go live, there's technical difficulties. So hopefully this will stick. This is going to share into the groups. I had set it up so I could use my phone, but of course that didn't work. So anyway, all right, so here we are. I'm really excited because today I'm going to be showing you one of our brand new summer products. So we actually have several summer products, and I'm going to show you this one. This is our Sizzle skillet. It's a cast iron skillet, so it comes with a little pan scraper, but it's a cast iron skillet, and you can get it with or without the wood trivet. So it's a beautiful wood trivet here. And we're just going to set this right on the wood trivet. So it is very, very pretty. And we can go ahead and use this. So this is great for using on your grill. It is great for using on your stovetop, which is what I'm going to do today. You can, we have 4 or 5 different recipes for it. You can be really creative and do all kinds of things. This is also good to take camping. You could take camping and use it just like you would any other griddle. So, but we're going to go ahead and start, because I don't want this demo to go on forever and ever. We're going to go ahead and start with our whipping cream. We're going to make some homemade whipping cream. And I have all my ingredients here. I just have to go get my my whipping cream. So we're going to make some Cool Whip, some whipped cream. That's what I'm trying to say, whipped cream. That's what I'm trying to say. All right, so these words are very small on my little recipe card here, so let's get going. By the way, my name is Jennifer. If you're watching for the first time, my name is Jennifer. I've been with Pampered for 24 years. I absolutely love what I do, and I love sharing tips and ideas with my friends and family on Facebook and on YouTube and all the other places. So we're going to use the Flex Plus first. This is the mixing attachment. You can use the whipped cream maker. I haven't had good luck with the whipped cream maker since I moved to Colorado. So I'm going to use this because it always works. So what we need to do is we need add the ingredients. So we're going to add the liquid ingredients first, which is whipping cream. We just need a cup. Help if I opened it. Usually I have all that stuff opened like before I start, but I forgot this one was in the fridge. Okay, I have one more other ingredient that's in the fridge, but it has to stay in the fridge. So 1 cup. Just using the Easy Read measure cup to get that in there, and it's super clingy, so I'm just going to scrape the sides with the small mixing scraper. If you guys are watching, make sure you go ahead and say hey. Let me know where you're watching from. We need 1/3 cup powdered sugar. Okay, and then we need, I think, what is this? 1/2 teaspoon of coconut extract. So I just got some coconut extract here. It's brand new. Again, I forgot to open this one up too. A lot of times I'll use coconut milk and things like that for this. And that would be a really good low calorie thing to use for this if you're going to make whipping cream. Just like the flavor of regular whipping cream. So, all right. So now we're going to take this and we're going to turn this on. Make sure it's on high. Make sure the battery safety is off. And then we're just going to whip. Takes about 1 to 2 minutes to get it so we have the fluffy peaks that we want. I'm using the stainless mixing bowl. And one of the things that's really great about the Flex Plus is that it has lots of different attachments. So we also have a food processor with it. And we have an immersion blender that you can clip on the end. So I love using the food processor for salsa, sauces, things like that. The immersion blender is also really, really good for sauces. I saw a camping, somebody posted on one of the Pampered pages asking, what's a good thing to take for camping? And somebody said, you can take the Flex Plus. And I was like, well, when I camp, I don't really need a blender or a food processor. But the point is, they're batteries. And so you add different batteries on, and the different batteries get charged, and then it's cordless. So that's really nice. This is coming up really nicely. I want it to be a little bit thicker. But it's so fast. And then all the pieces go in the dishwasher. So all the pieces that get dirty go in the dishwasher. How about that? You want to make sure when you're mixing that you mix in a plastic or a stainless bowl. You don't really want to mix in a glass bowl, okay? So just set that over there. Look how easy it is to pop these off. Just pop right off, okay? And there's our whipped cream. Can you see it? Let's taste it. Delicious. And you can see it's super firm, okay? So that was easy. That's gonna be dangerous, you guys. So I'm gonna go pop this in the fridge. I just bought a giant thing of strawberries. That is gonna be dangerous. And I'll have extra pineapple after this also. Woo, so good. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is make our ice cream balls. I have to exit one more time to get the ice cream. That's one of the things that had to stay in the freezer until the very last minute. Of course, we're using Bluebell ice cream because it's the best. And I have like just a cup of crushed flakes here. I'm doing a small version of this because it's just my husband and I. This recipe actually makes for 6, but I'm just gonna make like basically 2. So, okay, so we're gonna take this. What it says to do is this is one of the trays from the coating tray set. So what it says to do is make a 2-inch scoop of ice cream and then gently roll it into a ball. So we're just making a little 2-inch scoop of ice cream. And I'm just going to use the ice cream scooper to kind of roll it into a ball. And then I'm going to stick it in here and I'm going to press it to coat it, okay? So this is kind of like fried ice cream, right? So we want to coat it. And we want to press a little bit, make sure those coatings all get on there. Okay. Then I'm going to stick it on the tray for the modular sheet pan. Make one more. My husband is allergic to ice cream, so I don't know why I'm making 2. I definitely don't need one. Maybe I'll give one to my neighbors. I don't know if you live near me. Come stop by the house and I'll give you one of these. Okay. So that one didn't stick together as nicely. We've got that all stuck together. And then we'll roll it in here. Get it nice and coated. You can use a Ziploc bag also. Okay. To get these coated. It's good to coat them while they're still a little soft before you refreeze them. So this is how you make like fried ice cream for the summer. How fun is this? It could be the start of your ice cream sundae, or ice cream sundae bar. We're going to go ahead and freeze those. Of course, if you have kids and you don't want them to be getting all that ice cream, you can make your little balls smaller. That's something else you can do as well. So let me go ahead and pop this back in the freezer. I'll be right back. My freezer is really full. I had to find a place for those balls. I didn't think to get that out ahead of time. All right, so go ahead and put this away. These coating trays come in a set of 3. They have a little rubber feet on the bottom so they don't move around. I'm actually going to take those off before I stick it in the sink to wash. Just put it in my little tray right here. That way they don't go down the drain. Okay, and it goes in your dishwasher. All right, so the last thing, this is the big thing that we're going to do. We want to go ahead and preheat our Sizzle skillet. So we'll go over here and we're going to preheat it. I'm just going to turn it on. Again, you can do this out at this might be a reason to take this to the campsite, right? So we're going to sit it there, and then we're going to work on our pineapple. So I didn't pick this pineapple. I hope it's a good one. Couple of tips for picking a pineapple. Smell the bottom. Oh, it smells nice and sweet. You want to have some gold coming up the bottom, and then you want to pull on the leaves. And if they come out, just like that one did, then your pineapple is ready. So to eat. So we're going to go ahead. I'm just going to cut half of this pineapple up this time. We're going to cut the bottom off. Okay. And we're going to cut it in half. Okay, normally I'd cut the top off too at the same time. I'll go ahead and do that so I can show you guys. Okay. And then I'm going to cut it in half because it's just a little easier to work with when I only have half of one to work with. All right. So we'll put that right there. We have half of pineapple right here. So what I'm going to do is use my pineapple wedger, and we're going to fit it on here over the middle part and shimmy down. You want to shimmy it, rock it. We're going to shimmy it down like this and then get to the base and put it back in the base, and it pops it all the way through. So then we have our 2 pineapple pieces right here. Put that to the side. Like I said, I'm going to be doing this other pineapple later on. We don't need all that pineapple for this recipe. Okay, so we've got that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to slice it. Let me put my glasses back on, make sure I'm doing this the right way. It says do it over medium-low heat, which is what I have it on, and then slice the pineapple into 1-inch half moons. These are 1/2 inch. Maybe I should just slice it myself. Usually use actually I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. So we're just going to slice it down here so we get these 1/2 moons like this. I crushed one of them. This pineapple is really, really ready. Okay? And then we're going to go ahead and do the other one. All right. So we have a little 1/2 moons here. Yummy. So sweet. Don't need those pieces. All right. Now we need to get another coating tray. Another coating tray. And we're going to put the rest of our stuff in there. So in the coating tray, we need our brown sugar. We need a third of a cup. And like I said, I 1/3'd this recipe. So, and we need, this is 1/8 of a teaspoon. I need a 1/3 of a teaspoon, which you may not have. So, okay. So we will just use the 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, we need some salt. Just a little bit. For salt, we just need 1/6 of a teaspoon. So I'm just basically going to do just a little bit of that. And then we need 1/3 of a teaspoon ground ginger. So what I'll do is I will do these kind of heaping a little bit. So they'll be a little rounded at the top. Okay, a little bit rounded. Ginger. And then 2/3 cinnamon. I'm using my crunchy cinnamon left over from Christmas. So we need 2 of these. Okay. And then we need a teaspoon of butter. So it says, put the brown sugar, cinnamon, sugar, and salt, and then dip the pineapple slices into it and coat. All right. So we're going to mix it up right here. Okay. We're just going to use a little thing. Mix this up. Get this nice and mixed up. I think I would have rather mixed this up in a bowl before putting it in here. But again, in the spirit of not getting every dish in your kitchen dirty, then you could do this. This is a little shallow, and I'm making a mess, as if you can't tell. I'm making a mess. All right, so we've got that in there. Let me get my little tongs. These are the tongs that come with the coating tray set. So I'm just going to coat these. Okay. Coat them one side and then the other, kind of pat them down. Make sure they get nice and coated. And then I'm just going to put them in the bowl. Okay. Okay. Not that pineapple needs any more sugar on it, but this is just kind of fun. And then I'll try and move you guys a little closer so you can see what it looks like as I'm doing this. So, okay, so these are coating. They're coating really, really nicely. Okay, oh, some of these pieces broke. That's all right. The pineapple was really, really ready, so it's a little bit soft. Okay, get this a little closer together. I think the brown sugar and the ginger is going to have a really delicious flavor to this. My house is going to smell amazing. My mouth is already watering from this. And I'm using up a little more coating probably than I needed to, because I did cut these a little smaller than the recipe said. So we'll just use up as much of the coating as we have, and then the rest will go probably don't need all this sugar anyway. The rest will go just for my lunches. So one of the things that if you want to save yourself some money, prep your own fruit. Go ahead and cut your strawberries up for the week and slice them. You can put them in little bags already so your kids are not like munching on all the strawberries all the time. They have a little discernment with that. All right, I think the next thing we need to do is melt the butter. We want to coat the pan. Okay, so it's sizzling over there. Let me see if I can move you guys over so you can see a little better. I'm going to take you around this way. Oh, I guess I hear my husband coming home. Okay. So now we're over here. This is like not the super high quality video. So we've got this. I'm actually going to use my, hey babe, if I can find it, I'm going to use my, well, for some reason it's not in here. Oh, here it is. Chef's knife. Okay, so we're going to use the chef's knife, the chef's basting brush. Just kind of make sure it's evenly spread around on here. Okay. Then we're going to grab this and we're going to just sear these. So this is sizzling. You could use this to make your fajita, get your fajitas all sizzled. Marinate them, cook them on the grill, sizzle them on here. Use this to cook your onions and peppers for fajitas. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. Okay, let's see what else is on the list of things to do. It says, until bubbly, about 2 to 3 minutes per side. Repeat as needed until all slices are cooked. And then serve. Place ice cream balls in a bowl on top with 2 pieces of pineapple and a scoop of the coconut whipped cream. So we're going to let that cook for a second. While that's doing, we're going to go ahead and zest some lime. I'm just going to use my zester right here. Just for garnish on the top. Give it a little bit of that Caribbean flavor, that island flavor. I'm going to flip these as soon as I'm done with this. Okay. So we'll grab these tongs. They have silicone on the end. We'll just flip these. Get nice and caramelized on there. So good. Smells amazing. I wish you guys could smell this. One of these days, in the metaverse, I think you're going to be able to smell these things. Kind of looking forward to that. All right. So I love this because it's like a little grill right here. And I'm just going to put these back in this tray right here and let them sit. But I'll plate it and I'll post a recipe once I get it all plated. So we've got our zest that we're going to put on the top. We got these getting cooked, and this is just a great simple recipe. I did link the recipe, so you can go ahead and check it out. Make this for yourself. Of course, you can use another skillet, but our Sizzle skillet is really fantastic, and I love the fact that we can go ahead and put that right on that trivet right there. So the trivet is just the right size for it to go on. It's acacia wood. It's super pretty. You could use it for a charcuterie board if you wanted to. It just has lots of different things. But I will tell you, when you put this hot skillet on here, it could mar the surface. It probably will mar the surface and make it leave a mark on here. And that's okay. If you've ever been to Chili's, then you know that that's what they have on there. So, on their little wood skillets. So. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you have a great day. Go ahead and post your comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you share it, like it, and follow my page. Have a great one.